welcome back to the Porch Sessions here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, where today we have the legendary Mann on the porch with us today. Thank you for being here, sir.
Legendary,
man.
Oh, man.
You're like a Hattiesburg fixture, man.
You've been reading the jail docket.
Well, that's what Ryan, your manager, sent me. So,
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, it's really nice to see you. So, I've enjoyed getting to know your catalog through listening to your records, and you've such a great story. You kind of have that classic Southern story. You're born in California, moved to Mississippi when you were young, and you also played in the church too, didn't you?
I did. That's when my parents both played music. My dad can play a little guitar. My mom's a pretty good guitar player, and she taught me a few little chords. And then I got a chance to play bass in their church when I was 14. Terrible bass player, but it was just root, and
You stay on the one, right?
And I felt like a rock star, and next thing I knew, I was like, I want to play guitar now. So that was about a year of playing bass in the church, and then started playing guitar and started a band in high school.
Now, were you playing guitar in the church as well too? Or?
No, I never did. I just I played bass for a little while, and then once I got a band started with some of my guys in high school, I just was wanting to do that.
Of course, yeah. Who doesn't want to play guitar in high school? So, now you were raised in a pretty strict environment, weren't you? I mean, so
Somewhat.
There wasn't much of a rock and roll world in your house. You weren't listening to the Beatles or Led Zeppelin when you were growing up with your parents.
No, and that's a lot of my friends and guys I played with in bands, that was their upbringing, was Stones and Zeppelin and everything. And when I was 5 or 6 years old, going to camp school, I could listen to the country radio and they could watch Days of Our Lives, but I couldn't listen to the rock and roll station. And that always blew my mind, like 70s country and Days of Our Lives. I knew everything by the time I was 6,
So you had to really kind of develop your own sort of sense of style then, didn't you?
The rock and roll songs were more metaphoric, and the country songs were cut and dry, like, oh, well, all right.
Well, I mean, but that obviously is what's contributed to you having your own style, right? I mean, because you had to create your own way and you had to create your own sound.
Yeah, and it just, I didn't know a whole lot of chords, and like once I learned 5 or 6, I just started writing songs, and there was always somebody way better than me in the room playing, so I never tried to be a lead guitar player or something. It was just kind of like strictly rhythm, like the Dire Straits song,
Very cool.
But it's just a little bit of rock and roll and a little bit of folk and a little bit of country probably were my biggest influences, along the way.
Well, I know you have, this is your most recent record, right?
Yeah, that's with my band,
Mann.
the Marksmen, and that's Brand New American.
So, and you're going to play a song off of this.
I am,
right?
yeah. One of the more porch-friendly songs on that record. It's kind of a 5-piece rock band, and which felt good to do again. Just get loud again with a bunch of guys. But I'm going to do a tune on there called Fissures of Men. That's
very excited about hearing this.
A little prettier.
A little prettier than and you wrote the song for your daughter, right?
Yeah, my daughter, or any teenage kid that is starting to feel pressured by people to do what they want them to do.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it. Mann.
Okay, this is Fissures of Men. You take the world's own way down the interstate, and you could find your fate, and you could find your freedom. Power of survival ain't on American Idol. Keep your freedom safe. Oh baby, nobody knows where you're going, and nobody cares where you come from, and no one could see, babe, the whisper in the tree. Burn baby, fishers of men. Well, in a world of sin, you'll be a better friend. I hope you learn to win. Well, even when you're losing, the power of survival ain't on American Idol. Keep your freedom safe. Well, baby, nobody knows where you're going, and nobody questions where you've been, and no one can see, babe, the whisper in the tree. Burn, baby, fishers of men. Well, if the world don't wait and say it gets too late, I hope my daughter learns how to drive a standard. And don't you lose your joy to no glitter, boy. You keep your freedom safe. Well, baby, nobody knows where you're going, and nobody cares what your daddy done. No one can see, babe, the whisper in the tree. Burn, baby, fishers of men. Well, baby, nobody knows where we're going, and nobody cares what your daddy done. And no one can see, babe, the whisper was from me. Burn, baby, fishers of men. Burn, baby, fishers of men. Burn, baby, fishers of men. Burn, baby, fishers of men.
Right on. Great
Thank
tune,
you.
man. Great tune. Great tune. So we'll be right back with some more songs from Mark Mann on the Porch Sessions in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.